Data transfer complete.
Hello, fellow mech warriors. It's Dan with the Memory Core, and I'm here with another hot take. In the 3025 era, light and medium mechs were the most common classes of battle mechs in the Inner Sphere. All of those new shiny Catalyst box sets, they're a little too top heavy. Chances are, if you're a new mech warrior, you're getting assigned a light or medium mech. Better get used to that Wasp, or if you're lucky, a Phoenix Hawk. If it's common, you have a better chance of keeping it working, and that's a huge advantage. The ability to keep a machine working in the Succession Wars era was way more valuable than you could imagine. The medium class is full of mechs with abilities to perform a variety of roles. They have a low price tag combined with a mix of speed, armor, and firepower. Medium mechs are the true workhorses of the Inner Sphere, and it's reinforced by the meta of the game. Among this class of mechs are iconic designs known by fans as the 55-ton trio, the Griffin, the Wolverine, and today's subject, the Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk made its debut as part of the Battle Droids box set as one of the core designs. The visual design was pulled from Durgaram, Fang of the Sun, and slightly updated by Dwayne Luce. Throw in some model kits, a plethora of miniatures, art, you name it, it probably featured a Shadowhawk. This one is for the old fans, as it will always have a place in our hearts. And others, apparently. It has a history of notable pilots. It was infamously piloted by Grayson Death Carlisle until he switched to a Marauder. Rhonda Snort also piloted a Shadowhawk until she got a Highlander. Almost every classic scenario book features a Shadowhawk as a command mech or part of a lance as a team player. This list can go on and on. The main point here is that it is integral to the meta of the game, both in and out of the universe. But why? First, we have to address the elephant in the room, firepower. Armed with an LRM-5, SRM-2, medium laser, and gulp. Autocannon 5, it's a jack of all trades and master of none. It's not winning any awards for raw damage. You have other mechs for that. The Shadowhawk is built to do something in a pinch or as a jack of all trades and master of none. You're not going to be forcing a piloting skill roll on your own, but you're going to be able to adapt to anything and stay on the battlefield. If you overlook units with autocannons, you're missing out. The Shadowhawk also has the ability to hold down the trigger without ever worrying about heat. Sustained fire with no heat buildup is nothing to sneeze at. The medium laser, autocannon, LRM, SRM seems lackluster, but that trigger can stay pulled. No reason not to unless you're trying to conserve ammo. Fortunately for you, the Shadowhawk has a lot of it. Its maneuverability is also above average compared to other designs in the era. 5.83 is just better than 4.6 or even 4.64 in some cases. You can consistently achieve a +2 to hit modifier if you keep moving at 5 hexes. Having only 3 jump jets seems low, but they're not meant to be a primary mode of movement. It's just enough power to escape tight situations or to get behind an opponent. And because they're spread among the torso locations, you can jump in and out of water with ease. But wait, it only generates 8 heat with its weapons. Why did they add extra heat sinks? We're talking about the 3025 era here. Equipment is hard to come by. A damaged engine can really hinder a mech's effectiveness. If the Shadowhawk suffers engine hits, it can still perform without overheating. That's huge and excessively useful for the repair crew if they're struggling with patching up that engine. Popular mechs in the era can carry a lot of energy weapons, and a single engine hit can ruin their effectiveness. Botched repairs can be even worse. The Shadowhawk was built to work around engine hits, adapt to extreme climates, difficult situations, and stay useful in a time where repairing a mech is very difficult. But can it take damage? Well, yes. It has ample armor protection for the era. 9.5 tons of armor allows it to take hits from most heavy weapons and live to fight. However, like most, you're going to struggle after an autocannon 20 hit. But hey, what can you do? It could still shrug off PPCs and large lasers, even the more common autocannon 10. Still, because of that leg armor, you're going to want to take advantage of partial cover when you can. Standard tactics still apply. The Shadowhawk really shines when you put those battle fists and stompy boots to work. The Shadowhawk can really dish out some pain in physical combat. Punching can take the head off a mech clean off in 2 hits, in the same round if you're lucky. A kick is going to cripple or destroy legs on some of the most common mechs in the era. Kicking is the only safe way you can force a piloting skill roll on your own. Just don't fall. Be patient, and if they decide to run, you have the speed and firepower to keep the pressure on. Here's a story for you. I was part of a campaign and my character owned a Shadowhawk passed down from Daddy. It's an old, rugged machine that's seen better days, but it's still working and that's what mattered. We were 3 missions in and I've only gotten 1 kill. The first 2 missions I fought alongside my teammates were to cover our escape and ambush some scouts. We didn't do so well, dice, but my time came to shine as we were trying to capture an enemy mech warrior. The 3rd mission in and the final scene of the game ended with me stomping out a gyro on a cicada that went for a back shot of one of my teammates. I got close enough to do it because it was distracted by a juicy stalker and juicy warhammer. Mission accomplished, and I looked damn cool doing it. In conclusion, flexibility is the main selling point of the Shadowhawk, and I believe it accomplishes it well. A stock 4.5 pilot can get you far, but I've seen better results investing more in piloting than gunnery. With the battle value sitting around 1K, it's pretty cheap, affordable, and flexible for a variety of games. As a team player, you don't want it to fall, so put your good pilots in it. Also, physical attacks are part of the design, and with lower piloting, you'll get better mileage. Just remember, jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife, multi-role. The Shadowhawk is a reliable and flexible tool that you want at your disposal in a pinch. It's a core design of the game for a reason, and forces of the Inner Sphere still respect it. So what do you guys think of the Shadowhawk? Do you have some stories? Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I got more of these in the works. You know, staying informed helps. Information is ammunition after all.